So in real life examples, here what we have. Netflix recommendation. When you open your net, for those who are using Netflix or the others like Hulu, whatever you're into in watching movies, they always recommend for you something on your screen when you first open it. Now that recommendation is not the same to other people. It is unique to you. Everybody gets different recommendation of movies depending on what movies they watched before, what movies they like to watch. For those who are completely new to machine learning and AI, here is a brief overview of what machine learning is. So this is a machine learning step-by-step explained for complete beginners. My name is Emmanuel Achayo and I'm a research analyst at a community college here in Arizona. So what is machine learning? Let's begin with the definition. So machine learning is simply computers learning patterns from data to make predictions. In essence, what they're trying to do when they're doing machine learning, or what you call deep learning is at the next level of machine learning, is try to give computers data so that they can mimic how the human brain processes information and make decisions and take actions. So it's just machines processing data and then giving us things to do or taking some action, right? Machine learning is when we teach computers to learn patterns from data so that they can make predictions or decisions without being explicitly programmed, so that they can just work autonomously, sort of. Machine learning workflow. So this is the framework. You must have data, and then from that data you build a model, and then that model is used to do prediction. So it's very simple. Give me some data, analyze the data, build some model from that data, let the model learn from that data, some patterns, some classification, some prediction, stuff like that, and then use that model to predict what's going to happen next. Like for example, you can use it to predict whether an email is spam or not spam. That's why whenever you go to your, for example, Gmail in Google, you'll find some of your emails are just categorized automatically without you doing to spam, and then some go to promotion, some go to important. So all that happening behind the scenes is just machine learning. All right, let's move on. So why machine learning matters? So in real life examples, here what we have. Netflix recommendation. When you open your net, for those who are using Netflix or the others like Hulu, whatever you're into in watching movies, they always recommend for you something on your screen when you first open it. Now that recommendation is not the same to other people. It is unique to you. Everybody gets different recommendation of movies depending on what movies they watched before, what movies they like to watch. Fraud detection. So if you're doing fraud detection, say in finance, we can usually use or tap into machine learning to help us understand the patterns of fraud so that we can catch those fraudulent acts before they happen. The next one is self-driving cars. Like for those who live in the US, Waymo is one of the self-driving cars. They're public cars. You use a smartphone, they come, they pick you up, no driver, drop you, then you leave. And then finally, of course, things like ChatGPT and AI assistants. Let's look at some of the three types of machine learning. So we have three main types. The first one is the supervised machine learning. Supervised is where it predicts using a labeled outcome. So assume you already know the outcome. Like for example, you're trying to teach a computer to learn between images of cats and dogs. Of course, you as a human being, you already know which one is a cat, which is a dog. So it's already labeled. That's called supervised learning. The next one is called, of course, the opposite, which is the unsupervised learning, right? So here is a grouped and labeled data. You can have data about, for example, rental houses, say in a certain geographic location, and you're trying to predict their prices. The prices sometimes are not fixed, they change with time and season. So because they're grouped but they're unlabeled, you can use machine learning to predict their prices. Of course, we all know that for rental apartments, the prices depend on so many things like geographic location, the condition, the size, the type of house and stuff like that. The last one is called reinforcement learning, where the computer learns through trial and error. So it's just the way it says like that. You give it some data, it tries to learn from it, it gives you an answer, you say, no, this is not good. Because again, gives you an answer, oh, this is good, keep doing that. So it keeps learning through trial and error. Now, so let's look at the machine learning workflow. The key slide actually is this slide here. So the machine learning workflow is like, it works like this. And I kind of alluded to this in my first or my second slide. So we first collect data, okay? And then we clean and prepare data. This is like 50% or 60% of the work, cleaning and preparing the data. Then we choose a model. So there's several models to choose from, or algorithms to choose from. Some of the simple ones are like simple linear regression model or classification models. So you choose a model, then once you choose a model, you train the model. Okay, so now you have a simple linear regression model. Now you have to train it using the data that you have cleaned. Then you evaluate the model. So evaluation here is just giving the model some tests and see, hey, how can it perform on these tests? It's like giving a student a material to read, and then once he finishes going through the material, you give them a particular test, like the student a test, like, okay, here is a test. Let's see how much you retained or how much you know. Then you improve it, of course. How do you improve it? You constantly train it using the things that maybe the machine didn't learn well from. You run the same data again or different data sets so that it can learn better. The seventh stage here is deployment. So deployment is simply taking the model now to production. So you build a model, say for example, a model that is helping Google to predict which email is spam and which email is important and which email is promotion, sorry. You take this model into production, now you lay it into some tests people to use it, like, okay, can this model really predict which email is promotion, which email is important, and which email is a spam? And then the process continues like that. Now, of course, that's not the end of it. There is some governance that takes place. There's some ethical consideration that takes place. There's some monitoring that takes place and continuous learning and integration that takes place. But in general, this is the gist. This is like the thing about machine learning. So if you didn't know anything about machine learning, it's simply the process from collecting data, building the model, to deploying the model to production. This is a simplification of it. The devil is in the details or the nuances. When you get down to the details now, there is much more to be done. But this is the overall, high-level overview of machine learning. Let me not stress more into that. Let's move on to the next slide here. So we are finishing this short video. So some of the popular ML algorithms: linear regression, so this predict numbers; decision trees, rule-based predictions. Then the next one is random forests. So random forest is just an extension of decision trees. So this is many trees voting to maybe decide something in machine learning. The next one here is neural networks. This is brain inspired. It's inspired by synapses and neurons, which you fire and wire in your brain to process information and make decisions, or may help you decide on something in your brain. And then K means which group similar items together. So these are the popular algorithms or models that you pick from to train them. Then the model is going to be used to do prediction. The next slide here is how the machine learning powers AI boom. So AI has become a buzzword, and its use is, of course, is expanding and growing and transforming different industries, and of course it's starting to be used in so many other industries. I think there's a research that at least 70% of most industries or companies around the world have some form of AI going on, right? So what is the process? So the process is machine learning. So in machine learning we have deep learning, where we have the neural networks that is, and then we get the large language models. So like the one, of course, you know, which is ChatGPT. So examples of some large language models are ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, and Llama 2. So as we finish here, so what should you as a beginner learn next now that you get the overall thing about machine learning? I've told you it's all about training machine using data to help you with prediction, to help build those AI tools that we're using every single day. So what you should do is maybe you should start learning Python, because a lot of Python syntax is used when you're coding and building these models. Then understand the ML workflow. I've given you a brief overview when you are doing, remember that cycle from data collection all the way to deployment. That's part of the workflow. And then build small projects. So do some small projects and then try AutoML if you feel overwhelmed. AutoML is a simpler way to build models without coding. So if you don't like to code, but you still want to build models to help you do something or predict something, use AutoML under Google GCP. It's a no-code platform of building and training models. Thank you so much for watching. But before I let you go, I just want to leave you with something here. Fun fact, guys. The term machine learning was first coined in 1959 by a man named Arthur Samuels. So Arthur Samuels, who taught computers to play checkers, and eventually it got good enough to beat human beings. That's a fun fact. That's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please do like, share, comment, and I'll see you in the next one.